Hey guys, I'm back with another update on the van. I've been working on it quite a bit. Got all my sound deadener in, and the entire day today, it's Saturday, I've been working on insulating the floor. So let me show you what I got. That's what it looks like now. Got all the sound deadener up on the ceiling. As good as I could. It's covered pretty well, so I should get the most benefit out of that, whatever that's going to be. Hopefully quiets it down. And then on the floor, what I've been doing is 1/2-inch polyiso with metal backing on one side. I put that down, and then on top of that I put this, I don't remember what this is called, but it's like a recycled jeans type deal with a metal backing or a foil backing, and I put the foil upward on this side. So my thought, or the theory, is with the polyiso with the metal down, that's gonna radiate any heat from below the vehicle from coming up into it, and then this should radiate any heat back into the van. Of course, this is the floor, and there's really not much heat down toward the floor. Most of it will be up at the ceiling, but anyway, I wanted to at least insulate it a little bit so I get away from having a ice cold floor. I know it'll probably still be cold, but at least it'll be above freezing anyway. So here's a little sample piece of the stuff I got. I got this at Home Depot. It's pretty reasonably priced. What was it? I got a 25-foot roll by 4 feet wide. It was enough to do the entire floor, and I probably have enough to do about half of the floor again, which I'm not going to do, but I may end up using it somewhere else. I thought it was 1/4 of an inch, but the packaging says it's 3/8 of an inch thick, so it's a little thicker than I was hoping for. But it's basically made out of the same stuff that the bottom of the original carpet in here had, this kind of recycled denim on the bottom of it, and it's really good for sound deadening. It should provide some insulation, maybe a couple 1 or 2 R, I guess, and some cushion, because this is my underlayment. I'm going to put vinyl flooring, simulated wood vinyl floor in here. Hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow, so more videos to come soon on that. It'll be the first time I've ever done anything like that. From what I've read and seen, it's pretty simple. I guess the hardest part's going to get the edges and the ends cut. I have an end across the back, nice and straight. And I even have the original plastic that I put back on there, and the flooring is over the top of this. And then my plan is, after I get my laminate floor on here, I don't know if I said vinyl earlier. Anyway, it's wood laminate. I'm going to probably from this corner over to here, I'm going to end up putting some sort of trim. And not necessarily for looks, but just to protect the edge of this foam and this carpet stuff, and the edge of the floor material, so that when I'm loading stuff in and out of here, it doesn't get tore up. So here's a look at it from the side door. Again, I have my plastic step back in there, and the flooring materials go up on top of that. And this flooring is taped together with that aluminum tape, and again I covered the edge of this with the aluminum tape. Try to keep it from getting tore up until I get some sort of a piece of trim or something on there. But the front, this is going to have a pretty good lip right here up on the front edge, between that and the standard cab carpet. Again, I'll put a piece of trim or something across there. The floor together with all of the materials, if you look at it from the side, 1/2 inch of the polyiso, and then on the top of that that recycled denim material. And then 1/4 of an inch thickness on the laminate. It's going to be a little bit thicker than I wanted, but it'll be maybe an inch and 1/8, maybe even as much as 1 1/4 inches. So that's what I'm going to be sacrificing as far as headroom. Of course, in these standard vans, you don't really have any headroom anyhow, so I'm not too concerned about it. Some of the future plans and things I've been thinking about, the front of the wheel wells to the back is about 6 foot. So I'm going to be putting, that's all basically going to be bed. I have 6 foot long on the bed, and it's 4 feet wide. So in between these fender wells is just under 4 feet, or excuse me, just a little more than 4 feet, about 4 foot 4 inches or so. And then I'll have from the edge of the bed to the wall on both sides about 10 inches of space, and that'll just be storage. Might end up being batteries or the jack, tools, whatever ends up going back in there with some, I don't know, some kind of a compartment. And then the bed over the top of the wheel wells. Again, this will all be compartment on the side because I'll have 10-inch between the wall and the edge of the bed. And then up here in the front, from the front of the wheel wells up to the back of the cab, I don't know if I'm going to build a bulkhead or if I'm going to put a curtain or what I'm going to end up doing, but I'm not really sure exactly yet what I'm going to do with that, with all that space. But that's I think that's about 5 feet from the front of the wheel wells to the edge of this flooring right here. So that's pretty nice with this club wagon extended van. It's a big van, but it has a lot of interior space lengthwise anyways. From wall to wall, it's 6 feet across. From there to there, 6 feet. I did consider putting the bed sideways or crosswise. I still haven't made up my mind completely if I'm going to do it lengthwise or crosswise. I'll probably go lengthwise. I just like to stretch. I'm really not that tall. I'm about 5'7" or so. 5'8" on a good day maybe. But anyway, still a work in progress. I guess another thing to mention too, and I'll show some pictures at the end of the video, just like a slideshow of the process of putting this together. Between the front wheel wells and right here at the back of the seats, that whole section is not really going to have a bed or anything, and it's going to be more or less living space area. So yeah, I figured it's going to get the most foot traffic, and I can't remember where I saw it, somewhere on the internet under van builds and flooring and that type of thing. Somebody had put in between those slats in the floorboard of the van 1/4-inch runners to fill the voids lengthwise. So that's what I did, because this is going to be getting the most foot traffic, and I just didn't want the polyiso to be getting crunched. I think that'll help. I mean, it's probably going to compress slightly, but with laminate floor on top, it will spread the weight out pretty well, to where I don't think I'm going to have any big issues with that. But just for safety and trying to do it right, it took me quite a bit of time to cut them out. I cut them out of a 1/4-inch thick sheet of underlayment for like going underneath vinyl flooring or laminate floors and that type of thing. And it's not marine grade, but it is supposed to be moisture resistant, so hopefully it won't be holding water and that type of thing. Now this carpet stuff, or this jean material, it will retain water if it gets wet. So I don't know condensation wise if I'm going to have problems with that or not. I guess time will tell. But the top of it is basically waterproof, so I can't imagine that I'm going to get a lot of condensation underneath that, and including the 1/2-inch polyiso, so that'll reduce the temperature difference between the metal floor and any inside moisture that's accumulated in the van from breathing or whatever. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. This is, like I said earlier, it's Saturday, and then I've got Sunday. I will probably spend all day tomorrow with hopes of completing the laminate floor, at least the bulk of it. And I'll take pictures and maybe a short video clip of that process, so I can throw up another video. You guys can check that out. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. It's actually very, very satisfying once you complete a step or a stage, and you can just kind of kick back and look at it and see what you've done. Anyway, I'm happy with it. It should be pretty nice. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So in the meantime, YouTube, take care, and we'll see you guys later.